Yo, what up guys, I'm Silver. Alright, and today I'm going to teach you how to breed a good Charizard. Okay, depending on which Mega you choose. So I'm going to start out with the X version of Charizard. Great stats, the HP is decent, the attack and special attack are essentially the same. The defense, good defense, special defense could be a little bit higher, but we can fix that, and I will show you how in a minute. And the speed is decent, so that's always a good thing. So first of all, before we go any further, if you do not have a Ditto, I am sorry. Just straight up. This is going to be a little bit harder for you. Alright? Because you're going to have to figure out how to catch a Charmeleon, a Charmander, or a Charizard, and catch the male and female version of both. For just to be able, just two of them, to be able to go and breed. Okay? Dittos are very important for this. Very important. Okay? Doesn't matter if they're IV or EV trained. Okay? I don't care. Okay? We can fix that. Anyway, you're gonna need a Ditto, or you're gonna need two of one of these guys. So, alright. So first what you do is, obviously you need a Charmander, a Charmeleon, or a Charizard. Okay? And those are easily obtainable. If you played through X or Y, you already get it in game. Okay? And you can usually pick it from Professor Sycamore right after you get to his lab. Anyway, so what you want to do is you want to go to, in Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire, you want to go to Route 117 or to the Battle Resort. And those are the two places where the Pokemon Daycares are. Okay? And mostly I would prefer to use the 117, and as you can see, this is why. It has this circular roundabout in the just the vicinity of it. That way it's a lot easier to hatch and like get Pokemon easily. You know, you don't have to go like a bunch of different places like in X. You didn't have to go from the freaking Pokemon Daycare Center all the way to the freaking tower, you know? I mean, it just gets annoying. You have to fly from place to place, so you have to have an extra couple Pokemon as always. Anyway, okay, like I said, Ditto. Great to have already, okay? Because you can throw it into the Pokemon Daycare and not worry. Because you're just essentially using the Ditto for breeding anyway. Okay? That's really all Ditto's good for. Okay? So, what you do is, well, in my case, how I do it, is I take a Charizard, and then I breed it for a Charmander, so that I can turn it into Charmeleon. Or I'll leave it at a Charmander. Okay? And I'll then proceed to take the Charizard out of the Daycare and throw in either a Charmander or a Charmeleon. The reason being, I will get to in about now. How about now? Anyway, so I like to throw in a Charmander or a Charmeleon. The reason being, the younger it is, the faster. Okay? The faster it is to get eggs. I don't know what it is. I've had better luck using the base or the first stage than I've done with the second stage. Okay? So I just throw in Charmander or Charmeleon into the Pokemon Daycare Center, and I'll just go around and freaking ride my bike. Nothing's going on. And then I'll go talk to the guy, see if I've got any eggs or anything, you know. And if I have an egg, okay, it's good because then it's just easier. Anyway, you want to throw them into the daycare center, and then you want to ride around the loop. It'll make it faster. But one of the Pokemon I very highly suggest to have just in general is a Volcarona because of Flame Body. Flame Body helps hatch Pokemon. It is a great tool to use. I highly suggest having like a Larvesta or a Volcarona on your team. It's good. It's good to have because then when you're like breeding, it makes the eggs hatch faster, and you can just get Pokemon like that and make better teams and such. Anyway, so you want to go and talk to the guy, get the egg, and then you want to ride around, and you will see this little thing at the bottom of the screen. Oh, okay, obviously. And so you'll hatch the egg, and poof! Out it'll come. For my instance, Charmander. And okay, depending on that, okay, I will like level it up like a couple levels and see what I've got here. Okay, but first I always take a look at the stats. Okay, if it is good stats all the way down, like all 6s or all 5s, okay, I prefer 6s because it's better. Because it's the higher stats, the better. And so I'll level it up a couple levels, and then I'll look and see how my stats are doing. Look at like the effort values and the EVs and the IVs, and see if it's okay. Depending on how high or whatever it looks like, that's when you have to make a decision between X or Y. Because if it's right for the X version or the Y version, okay, depending on the stats, it could be a good or a bust. Okay, sometimes you have to redo it. It happens. Anyway, like I said, depending on the stats that you get from going and hatching the Pokemon, it really can be hard. Okay, and then sometimes people, and I know a lot of different trainers who go and like to train for egg moves and like train for certain abilities and such. Okay, just different sorts of reasons. Really, depending on like the stats, you have to kind of make a decision whether it's X or Y, and then you just level it up for a bit. Okay, you know, just level it up, and then once it reaches about level 50, okay, what you do is you go and okay, so you look at the stats, obviously. Okay, what do I want to fix? Okay, do I want higher speed? What am I looking for? You know, you kind of pick, what am I looking for? And you choose the medicine. So, for, like, HP, always want to have HP. So, you want to go get HP ups. Lots of those. And lots of Carbos. Always carry around lots of Carbos and lots of HP ups. You can never have too many of those two items. When you're breeding, you can never have way too many of those items. It does not matter. Because those are like abso-freaking-lutely helpful. Completely helpful. Okay? And you want to use it until like it says you can't use it anymore. And then when none of the medicine works anymore, that's when you know you've done a good job. Okay? Or Super Train. Okay? There's I believe it's a setting in there, you get to punch bags and stuff and shoot balloons, and it'll help with like your defense, your attack, your HP, your special attack, your special defense, and your speed. And I mean, I think it's a great idea, but I'm kind of so used to using the medicines, it's not even funny. But then, like I said, depending on what you want to change, you want to use the medicines, and then you use whatever until it says it doesn't work anymore. Okay, and then what I like to do personally is I like to raise the speed first, and then depending on what I do next, I usually do HP, because that is a huge piece. HP, defense, and speed. Always my three main pieces. I always want a Pokemon that has good HP, good defense, and good speed. I don't care about the attack or the special attack. I want the defense, the HP, and the speed all okay. Otherwise, I'll start to freak out, because then you know why you're losing. But you just want to be careful, okay? Carbos boosts by 10 EVs, okay? Effort value points. It's great, okay? Zinc does the same thing, HP up. I really don't need to explain this. It's already on the screen. Anyway, depending on what you do is just it's really it's good. But X or Y, just really it all depends on what you get value wise, and like the time you take, you know, from bringing it to Charmander all the way to Charizard. Okay, I understand that. I'm a Pokemon breeder. That's why I'm making this video, is to help you guys out, because I do want to help people out, you know. It's just a thing. And just the getting from Charmander to Charizard, you want to watch out for like the differences in the stats, you know, and make sure everything looks good, and you want to take time. Otherwise, it just isn't a good Pokemon. And I mean, really, it takes a while, and I get it. If you guys have any questions or anything, I mean, I'm always available. You can always email me or hit me up on Facebook. My email is firetoothyoung@gmail.com, and my Facebook, I really don't care, dude. Robbie Young, ROBY, or Robbie Paulson, it doesn't matter. Okay, I will take the time out of my day, and if you have any questions, just feel free to hit me up. Alright, and like, I don't mind. So that's how you go and you breed a good Charizard, depending on X or Y. And hope to see you guys in the next video. Stay cool, bro.